Hello. Good evening. Well, tonight is not Shabbat. It is Erev Shabbat, the night before Shabbat. And you may be wondering then why we are broadcasting on this day. Well, it is July 7th, 2022. And this marks 15 years since we initiated, God founded the ministry of Fountain of Blessings on 7/7/2007. It is so exciting that we have been in ministry for 15 years. So tonight we are doing something different. We are going to have a party, a Fountain of Blessings party comedy hour. And we are looking forward to having some fun. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Also, if you would like to donate a gift of $15 or any multiple thereof, I can help you with the zeros. Just go to the website and hit that donate button, and it would be a lovely way to celebrate what God has been doing with this ministry throughout this time. So, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. And this is the time that we're having our comedy hour. Now, doing comedy like this, it's a little bit weird because I can't see the reactions on your face. I can't see if you're laughing or hollering, but I do trust that you're laughing just a little. Just a little chuckle, a little So throughout this time, throughout these 15 years, God has taken us up and down. He's the captain of the ship, so to speak, and now we're online. We started as a small house church. We grew to, about 75 people, and now we broadcast all over the world. We have 300 subscribers. Now you do the college algebra. We have truly evolved since we pioneered. Amen.
Amen.
And we can broadcast from anywhere, which is great because we are a missions church. So we go everywhere anyway. We go to Haiti, Africa, and we can broadcast from anywhere in the universe. Our most recent out of area broadcast was in Philadelphia. And I'm sure you remember that broadcast where we were out in the park, the city of brotherly love. Let's hear it for the city of brotherly love. Wait a minute, don't clap too hard for Philadelphia, because let me tell you about Philly. The United States gave them one task. Keep an eye on the Liberty Bell, the symbol of our independence. Well, they cast this bell in London, shipped it all the way here. It arrived intact. And what did they do after receiving it? They cracked it. They cracked it. They had one job and one job only, and they messed it up. They cracked the bell. They tried to recast it twice. They put more copper and lead and other substances in it. But when they tried to ring it again, it finally cracked beyond repair. So we have a bell that can't ring. Basically, it's dead. I'm going to tell you something, Philadelphia. Crack kills, okay? Anyway, we traveled to Philly. We took Spirit Airways. Has anybody here ever flown Spirit? I wish I could hear you, because I think I can hear you even through the airwaves saying, never again. What happened was we had to go to Philadelphia, and we usually fly Delta Airlines or some airlines such as that. But the tickets were $300, $400, and Spirit was $115. It's like, well, $115. So we bought the ticket. We didn't hear from them for a little while. Then we started getting emails from Spirit Airlines. It's like, okay. It said, do you want a seat? Do we want a seat? Well, that would be $49. I'm like, what? And are you going to be taking a carry-on? Well, yeah. Well, that will be another $49. Oh my goodness, let's not even talk about the Diet Coke. Because when you added everything up, we would have been better off flying Delta first class, let me tell you. And then they still had the same delays that all the airlines had. When we were in line to check in our bag for $49, we saw a sign. So my friend is like, go over there and see what that sign says, because, maybe we don't have to stay in the line, So I walk over there and I'm kind of squinting. What does this sign say? And it says, all delayed flights shall be delayed. Oh my goodness. So after this big ordeal of traveling, renting a car, I ended up with this huge headache. The seats don't recline, so my neck was stiff. By the time I got there, my head was just so just ready to pound. Now, those headaches that talk to you. Have you all had those? So my head starts talking and my head says, hi. And I'm like, don't look around like you don't know who this is. This is your head talking. We are about to have a migraine. Listen carefully now and don't talk back to me either, because if you talk back to me, everyone around you, including the friend you came with, will start to move away from you. Now, if you don't get us some Excedrin within the next 20 minutes, so I said 20 minutes, my friend says, what? And my head says, okay, I'll give you 30 minutes. I will start pounding until you wished you had taken that Delta flight after all. Oh my goodness. Does your head talk to you that way, or is it just me? Oh my goodness. So I asked my friend, I said, let's go to CVS. We go to CVS. She's like, right now? I'm like, right now. We go to CVS and I'm looking around for the aspirin. All CVSs are laid out pretty much the same. So I go to where the aspirin and the Excedrin should be. We can't find it. Meanwhile, my 20 minutes are running out. So we ask an attendant, a clerk, and he's like, oh, the Tylenol and aspirin are right over here. Do you know that the aspirin and Tylenol and Excedrin and Aleve and everything you can think of that will help your headache and make your head shut up is under lock and key in Philadelphia? What's up, Philly? What's up? Do you think we all do crack? No, we're not all drug addicts like you. I'm from Florida. Anyway, I got some aspirin. The rest is history. We prophesied in the park, and folks walking by were like, amen, sister. They probably thought we were like the end-time prophets that prophesy at the grocery store, saying that the end is near. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, like Winn-Dixie, we had one that was arrested. By the way, have you all been to the grocery store lately? Well, I'm sure you have. You have to eat. Everybody's on a diet, so I guess Have you noticed the price increase of food these days? It is crazy. Y'all think I'm crazy because my head talks to me. It is crazy. So my mother and I have this little ritual. I live with my mom. I drop her off at the store, pick her up like an hour later, hour and a half. So last week I dropped her off and picked her up. She only had 2 bags of groceries. I'm like, Mom, you've been here an hour and a half. I said, well, did you buy eggs? Are you kidding? Eggs are $3.49. Last week they were $2.99. No, I didn't buy eggs. I said, well, did you buy milk? A gallon of milk for $3.09? I don't think so. I said, what about cheese? What about fish? We love grouper, we love red snapper. Red snapper is $12.99 a pound, my child. I'm like, well, what did you buy? She said, I bought bread, butter, and string beans. And you shall eat them, and you shall give thanks. And y'all wonder why I'm losing weight around here. Well, truth be told, bread and butter has got us all out of some terrible situations. So food is just, the prices are crazy. Gas prices are astronomical. That's a whole other story. So people are getting electric cars. My friends are bragging about electric cars while I'm filling up for $100. He's plugging his car in his garage. Oh, well, I don't want to hear it. Well, we didn't get electric cars. We did get electric bikes, though. And they are the bomb. They're like bright orange and red, and it's just so much fun. We ride around the neighborhood. When the incline gets too much, you put a little more energy in, turn it up. So it's just great. And there's only one road that we have to cross that presents some difficulty when we're doing our errands. Every city has them, including Philadelphia, I guess. Ours is called Dale Mabry Highway. Look it up, Google it. Dale Mabry Highway in Tampa, Florida. It is a 6-lane road. The speed limit is 45, but everybody drives 75. It's just ridiculous. Now I have to say, when I'm in my car, I drive 75 as well, but that's not the point. The point is, we have to cross this street. So of course we press the button to cross the road, and when our light turns green, it doesn't have an arrow. It says 29. We have 29 seconds to cross the 6-lane road. So what do we do? Well, my friend and I proceed to argue about the best way to cross this road. Meanwhile, the thing is ticking down, 20, 19, 18. So he's like, well, let's just go to the median, and then we'll wait for the next light. I'm like, these cars are going in 8 different directions when the light turns. We can't go to the median. 14, 13, 12. It's like, okay, forget it. Oh, my head starts talking to me. My head's like, make a decision. So we decide, okay, we're going to ride up to the next intersection. By that time, we'll figure out what to do. So we ride up to the next intersection and press the button. And we look at our light, and it's got a hand up there. I know what that means. It's a red hand. That means you better stay put before you get hit by one of these trucks going 70 miles an hour. So then, when the light turned, we expected to see 29. We had already calculated we were going to gun our bikes and just race across that street. But when it changed, there wasn't a counter. There's this little man like this. What does that mean? That means get your butt over here quickly. Oh my goodness. So when we come home, we've got to plug in our bike. It's okay. We plug in everything. We plug in our bikes, plug in our phones. We're used to plugging everything in. And we love our cell phones. I plug my cell phone in every night. So I can text, email. I write my papers on my phone. I calculate my drugs on my phone. I'm not a crackhead. No, I calculate the drugs to give other people. Yeah, okay. And you can even make phone calls on your phone. But the only thing, you got to text the person first to ask if it's okay to call them. Mainly, we love taking pictures on our phone. Last month, we had an occasion to take such pictures. My son got married last month in Miami. That was very exciting. We were taking pictures. And we're so glad because she married a beautiful Christian girl, the kind that you pray for all your life and you finally get. And it's just so marvelous. Hi, daughter-in-law. Anyhow, so I was ready for this party. I was ready for the mother-son dance. I hadn't been dancing in a while. Well, we had a pandemic, but even so, I'm a little old. I mean, it's not like I go to nightclubs. So I had to watch some dancers on my phone on YouTube. So I watched John Travolta. I'm like, okay, no, that's too old. I watched Michael Jackson. I'm like, that's too quick. Can't move like that. I watched Bruno Mars. He was too hip. I watched Beyonce, and she's too much. Anyhow, I did the best I could. I was ready for that mother-son dance. And when they played the song, they played a song for Mama by Boys to Men. It's a slow song. Not only is it a slow song, it's a tearjerker. Everybody is crying on this ballad, and my mother, is crying, and my son says, "Oh, Mom, you're the best mom I ever had." Last time I checked. Anyway, I've been watching Beyonce for the past 6 months in vain, but I will be ready for the next wedding. I don't know if I was the best mom. I don't know. I did the best I could. I remember in the 90s, I bought them all a WWJD bracelet. You remember when those were popular? What would Jesus do? And they had all different colors because I wanted to make sure that whatever situation they were in, they would think, what would Jesus do? So one day, my son came home without his bracelet. I'm like, son, what happened to your WWJD bracelet? He said, oh, I had to take it off, Mama. I had to take it off because a moment arose where I did not want to know what Jesus would do because I had to take care of the situation myself. I'm like, okay. What would Jesus do? Well, you know, like many people, Jesus had brothers and sisters. Jesus had a little brother, James. And, this story is not in the Bible, but we all know, well, Jesus turning the water into wine is in the Bible. But a few months later, there was another wedding in another town, and something similar happened where they had run out of wine. And so Jesus' brother James was there, and by this time, Jesus had started his ministry. So everybody looks at James, and James is like, why are you looking at me? And they all said to him, well, what would Jesus do? Oh my goodness. Well, we could go on and on. I've got jokes and stories up the wazoo. But we had a good time laughing a little bit tonight in commemoration of our 15th anniversary at Fountain of Blessings. Don't forget to send in your donation in multiples of 15. Go to the website and hit the donate button. And we'll see you in prayer, 7 minutes of prayer with Rose. We'll see you next week as we continue our teaching about the Hebrew roots of our faith. Thank you so much for your support all these years, for your prayers and for your love. God bless you.